Because they're during a run when people are profitable and things are going the way they should be going, the worst thing in the world you can do is ask someone else's opinion on it. Well, I mean, when you sell a covered call, your total equity can drop. It depends on the type of margin account you have. SPX breaking up? Is it? Not really. It's reversing a bit. How likely is not enough obligations given the liquidity chart? And the liquidity chart looks super fucking bullish. The realization of liquidity returning to a mean in the past has always been very good, obviously, from the points that it was trading at, but that doesn't necessarily mean that will be true in the future, right? That's the risk. Using historic data to predict future price action is a very dangerous game. Would you sell CCs next week then, or would you wait for the week after? Multiple T+2 deferment with holidays. That would depend on price action. Do you think we see a spike or run in Jan like last year? Depends on if we see XRT get listed on Reg Show again or not. Well, they're not useless, but just because something's happening doesn't mean that there's going to be a realization of it, right? They don't have infinite money, they have a lot of money. The future is never fully predictable, right? You can do your best to analyze the data, and you have to use that to make interpretations about what's going to happen in the future, but that doesn't mean that the future is going to happen the way you predict it. The market is a chaotic system, so any prediction made on the market inherently changes the outcome of all possibilities, right? Do you say something motivational since everything is dipping and we're all sad? Yeah, sure. I don't give a fuck that everyone's sad. Fucking deal with it or don't. I really don't care at this point. I've had too many of these fucking periods where everyone just spends all the time whining and then they don't make any money when it does move and they don't make any money when it doesn't. Fucking pores. Yeah. Who's sad? My puts are happy as fuck. People who don't buy puts. I didn't say anything bearish about Upstart. I'm not bearish on Upstart. I have a fucking giant stack of calls. No, I won't have more money than Ken Griffin if Upstart goes parabolic. I can see XRP at 3 to 5K a coin in the next few years. It gets widely adopted. Ugh, I don't know about that. It seems excessive. People saw Bitcoin at 100K end of 2021. Look where that got them. If you aim for 20% and not 200% every time, people will be happier. But they always aim for 200% because they get so depressed right before that they inverse that sadness and depression by being greedy as fuck during, right? Did Upstart reach 1K if it's... Why even ask that? What's the point? Like, yes, theoretically, a short squeeze of, 30% of the float could drive the price up to unbelievable levels. But why ask that? What do you? That's never gonna fucking happen. Not in a million years. So what motivates asking that question? Here's what'll probably happen to Upstart. It'll probably run a little bit. Maybe it'll run 10 to 15% above Gamma Max, and then it fucking will drop like a rock because retail traders don't have enough money to pump the ramp hard enough to stop the shorts from smashing the price back down. And the higher it goes, the more people want to short it. And even just talking about that is it puts a segment of very emotional and inexperienced traders on like a further step back from where they already are because they spend the entire time sitting on their green calls thinking what if, and that's why they fucking lose so much goddamn money. What if it's my life's motto? I mean, the same thing happened in March. This is what happened in March on GME. Holy I hate this stock, right? GME is dead. That's May. Sorry. GME dead. OPEX is never happening again. Oh my fucking god, my covered calls. I'm buying weeklies because I missed the dip. Holy fuck, it's coming down. I'm selling my weeklies. I sold covered calls, but now I'm scared. I never should have bought back my covered calls. And then here in May, I'll get them on the next one. And then that process repeats itself over and over and over again, no matter how many of these we have. Just don't repeat the same shit every time. More importantly, you have hundreds of GME calls now, and you could buy calls at a better price than you did. That is huge. Yeah, that's a good deal. If you have a thesis and you have a plan and you believe in it enough to put money in the market to bet on your thesis, then the least you could do is see it through. My entire plan revolves around panic. I know, popcorn trader. Will this be summarized in the book? He teaches bag holding. Gherk, I'm not trying to be a dick, but a lot of that sentiment you just described about GME and that flowchart probably isn't genuine. It doesn't matter though, right? It's a lot of it is, right? And if it isn't genuine, right? People bandwagon it, so it becomes genuine. So even if there are shills infiltrating the community and spreading negative sentiment right before every run, right? Even if that were to be true, why believe it? Why the would something someone says on the internet change your opinion about what you're doing with your money? If you want to make money in the market, you have to take risk. You either take a little or you take a lot. The choice is ultimately up to you. Playing OPEXs is taking a lot of risk. Because and it's worth it for some people because the reward potential is also really high. But so is the loss potential. That's the risk part of risk reward. Many times I've considered that the worst thing for investors is talking to each other. That's why back when I still thought that there was a potential for MOASS, I was going to shut everything down. Because during a run, when people are profitable and things are going the way they should be going, the worst thing in the world you can fucking do is ask someone else's opinion on it. Even worse, listen to someone else's opinion. Most of the people in the public chat on the Discord are some of the most uninformed investors I've ever met in my life. They are no better than Super Stonk or anything else. And yeah, I know this is my own community. Most of them are super stonk, especially as we get close to like critical moments like this. How much would IV spike? What would it be on SPX SPY on the next leg down? Is there a historical precedent? It's hard to say. It depends on how fast we move down. If there's a crash, IV will go sky high. Some people are, but I noticed the people that are more informed participate less in the chat. Yeah, unfortunately, my personality and I encourage the shit posting, so part of that is my fault. But yes, the Discord is massively full of trolls. They may be the only people left besides the super stalkers that come in to go, oh, look, you guys are playing another no-packs. I DRS'd my shares. Don't forget that the guy who's telling you that has a fucking $65 cost basis and owns 3 shares of the stock. How 3? They sold all their shares going into the split thinking they'd still get the dividend. Then they bought at the peak of August ETF FTDs because they thought they were going to miss MOASS. Dude, not cool. I told you that position in confidence. Yeah, irony doesn't translate well on the internet. And what you do by doing that, by making light of it, and I understand it's tough. Trading the markets isn't easy. It's super stressful, and people need a way to vent, right? And that's why I largely don't moderate like the public discords heavily, right? But remember, uninformed, even more uninformed investors are coming in and seeing that, and that affects how they perceive the markets, how they perceive their positions. So you're doing more damage than good. Are you gonna one day stop trading GME and Upstart and just do SPX? It seems like you'd crush that. Probably.